Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for this video. This is the latest drawing I've done, and kind of the idea I had for this drawing was I knew I wanted to draw my OC Winter because I made her so I could draw her a whole bunch, and I have not been doing that. So I knew I wanted to draw her, and I actually started this drawing a few months ago, and I was feeling super summery, and I wanted to get a summer mood vibe type of thing into a drawing. So my main idea was just making it summery, and to show that it was summer, I just wanted it to be colorful and bright. I drew a bunch of flowers. I originally had this idea to draw her under a tree because for some reason, I don't know why I wanted to draw a bird, but all the pose ideas I had and trying to incorporate a tree didn't really work. So there's some trees in the background kind of, and then it's her and her dog Jingle just laying in a field of flowers, which is still summery and cute. I like it, and there's a lot of colors. So that's what I did. Like I said, I've been drawing this for I started it months ago, and I don't know, I've just been super busy doing everything except drawing, which I don't know why. I started this and it was super fun and it was going well, and then I just didn't sit down to work on it. But I'm already feeling fall vibes, and I want to draw her for fall with the oranges and the yellows and pumpkins and maybe her little pumpkin drink. I don't know, that would be fun. So I'm already planning ideas for that. But yeah, I'm trying to think what to talk about. I haven't been drawing because I don't know, I've been wasting too much time. I've been playing Sims on my phone a lot, Sims Mobile. I don't know if you guys play that, but it's super fun, and I am kind of embarrassed to say how much time I waste on that game. But I recently, super exciting, got 500,000 simoleons so I can buy a new house lot for my Sims, the Land Grab Avenue one that has the fountain, and I'm super excited. I just got it yesterday, so I have to wait a week for it to finish building or whatever, and then I can start building my new Sim house. I'm so excited. I also thought it might be fun to make Sim videos, drawing my Sim. I think Jenna Drawing, I think is her name on YouTube, does those kind of videos, and I thought that would be fun. Or designing. I tried to make my OC on Sims, but I don't really, on Sims Mobile, there's not a lot of options to make it look like her. But I also thought maybe just designing a cute room. Oh, I could design her bedroom on Sims. That would be fun. And then take screenshots, and that could be my reference photo to draw her. That could be an idea. Oh, I'm so excited. And yeah, let me know. Do you guys like Sims? Would that be a fun idea? Let's see. What else have I been up to? I feel there's a lot of good shows out right now, watching TV. I recently watched the new season of Outer Banks and rewatched it, the first and the second season. I've seen 2 or 3 times now. That's super exciting. And the guy that plays John B from that show was in this show on Amazon that me and my boyfriend watched. And that was a really, really good show. He wasn't in it as much as we thought he was going to be, but there was so many other people that were from things that we've seen. We're oh my gosh, they're in it. That was so exciting. And it was really good. I'm trying to think, it's called Tell Me Your Secrets or something like that. And it was really good. The ending, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for the next season already. Right now we're currently watching Lucifer, and it's good, but I don't know, I feel I used to like that show more than I do now. The current episodes, I don't know, I don't like them as much as when it first came out, but still a good show. What else? Here I'm just drawing. I started drawing the background so I could get some color, so I could kind of match the girl to kind of the lighting of the background. And I feel it looks pretty good, but once I start coloring the dog's way more saturated, and she kind of looks gray and weird, so I kind of fix that a little bit, but it's just my normal go-to. I also told myself when I was drawing this that I wanted to spend more time rendering like the background and the dog, not just like her face and her hair is what I usually spend the most time on. And even like her shirt, in the end I should have spent more time on that too. And I don't know, I just like the fun parts. But for the background I was trying to use some like textured brushes just to make it like seem more detailed and like give you more stuff to look at for a little bit more visual appeal. But yeah, for like drawing her face, it's just like my normal process, I guess. What else? Oh, I've been making friendship bracelets a lot lately. I feel like that's another reason I don't draw. Like every time I could like sit down to draw, I like sit down and work on friendship bracelets instead, because I don't know, it seems like easier and like you just know what to do, whereas like drawing takes like, I don't know, more brain power or something. I don't know, but making bracelets has been super fun, and I've been teaching my friends how to make them so we can make them together, which is extra super duper fun. So if any of you guys have a bracelet book and you guys want to be friends on there, I'm also Oreo Bloom on there. I'd love to see like your bracelets, and you can check out the pics. I upload pictures of like all the bracelets I make. Super fun. Here, back to the drawing, I had to like turn off the background layer because I don't know, like staring at the green so much kept making her skin look like weirdly super pink in comparison, and it was like messing with my eyes, so I had to like turn the background layer off for a little bit. Here I'm just still working on her face. I also thought too, this was kind of fun. Normally, like you can see her eyes, but they're like closed, so it's like a different angle pose, I guess, than I normally draw. And also the reference picture I used, it was like the girl wasn't laying down, she was kind of like sitting up and like leaning on a table or something, so I kind of had to like think in my head how to like fit the rest in, and I don't know if her body really makes sense, but it's okay. I like how it comes out. Add in her hair, little green bits. I also, one of the things I keep telling myself I need to work on is rendering like her hands more. Like I feel like I do a good job. Like I tell myself I have to include the hands, but then I don't really spend that much time rendering them. And I kind of don't in this one either, but at least they look good. Like sometimes I draw them and they look super weird and I don't really care to fix them, but they look good in this. I just could have rendered them definitely a bit more. And in her eyes, yeah, like I said, her eyes are kind of like looking down, so I'm just trying to like make it look like she's looking like at her dog, I guess. Just be like nice summer relaxing vibes. So here, my reference picture, obviously the girl had like a different hairstyle or something, so I was just trying to figure out how it makes sense for like the hair to be like wrapping around her head from like this angle. So I had to like undo it and like redo it a couple times. And I also forgot when I was first drawing her hair, like I forgot that I like draw the green part separately, so I like drew her bangs in the brown, and then I was just like trying to like cover that up weirdly. And then here her head looked super weird, so I was like liquefying that kind of to make it look better. And I flipped my canvas, you know, just to like make sure everything looks good. Sometimes when you flip it, it can like look skewed and wonky and you can like see your mistakes. Here I'm coloring in her little dog Jingle, and I don't really know how to draw like dog fur. It's not like furry, it has like short hair. I base it after my dog, so I can just use my dog for references, and because like she's super cute, like the cutest dog in the world, why would I want to draw a different dog? But the way her fur is kind of like multicolored, it's like black on the ends and like brown on the rest of it, and then she has like white in some places, so it's like weird. It's like hard to get like the coloring but not making her look too scruffy, if that makes sense. So I'm still not 100% happy with like how I color her, and I feel like this took me so long. I need to find like a quicker, better, easier way to draw the dog. I don't know. Then just coloring her nose. That was like the easiest part of this whole thing. Super cute. Get some shadows and highlights in there. Yeah, I don't really know what to talk about. This literally took me so long. And the dog is weird too, because like some of her hair is like longer in some spots than others. So she does look not scruffier, but fluffy. I don't even know how to describe it. So yeah, just trying to get like the direction and like flow of her hair and like make her look good and cute and what I'm trying to go for. Drawing her eyes. And the reference picture I had for this, I don't know, she doesn't look as happy as I wanted it to, but I didn't really like know like what to change to like make her look happier from this angle. She's kind of just like snoozing the sun, so I guess she looks kind of sleepy. It works, that's fine. Also, another thing I was kind of like trying to keep in mind was like how to draw like where the dog and the girl like meet the grass and like have it look like they're laying in the grass. So even in my reference picture for the dog, like you can't see some of it because there's like grass poking up, so it was like weird to like draw this, and then I knew I was gonna like kind of cover it up with grass and flowers and stuff later, but it looks kind of weird right here. I'm aware of that. Getting her little white fur, all her different colors. One thing I also noticed too when I was drawing both Winter and the dog Jingle, I feel like I definitely need to incorporate more contrast into my art. Like it looks really flat, and like if you look at it from like far away or like you squint your eyes a little bit, like you can't really like differentiate like the different forms, and it doesn't look like as 3D as much. So I kind of knew that when I was drawing it, but I also told myself when I go in and add like the shadows and highlights later, that will help it along. Here I'm drawing the flowers, little cone flowers, just because they're easy to draw and I think they're super pretty. And I like the pink color. I wanted to draw like real flowers, not just like something that I made up, so I drew little cone flowers. Plus I feel like maybe you would see those in the wild. I don't know, but I like them. They look cute. Add in some little like, I don't even know, it's not like line art, but I like doing those little like, I don't know, whatever those little line details are, I think are super fun. So just going through, detailing all those. I feel like I could have added also some more depth to the flowers, but I don't know, they're like not the main subject. It doesn't really matter that much. Here I'm adding a few more petals like in a darker color to like look like they're underneath the other ones. A little more dimension, then give them all some stems, some leaves. This part I super went fast on, and I could have detailed those a little bit more, especially the ones in like the foreground. I was trying to like keep in mind that like the stuff in the foreground you could like see more detail, and like the stuff in the background would be kind of like blurrier and like not as detailed. And usually when I draw like drawings like this with like a nature background, I just draw the whole entire background and then like blur it out because the subject is like in the front. But this, she was like part of the background, so it was a little bit, I couldn't figure out how to like blur just the background. Well, I kind of figured it out a sort of a way, but then I didn't like that, so I did not end up doing that. Here I'm just adding a few more details to the flowers. Super fun. Cute, cute, cute. Also, looking back at this, I could have drawn just some like fun little pink blobs in the background to make it look even more like in the distance and like make them like super tiny and small. But I didn't do that, and it's fine. I like how it looks anyways. I like those clovers I added too. Just add some of those everywhere. Some grass down there. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to have like some blades of grass, like this front one, that kind of super in the foreground and like more detailed, so I was like doing some like little green gradients. Super fun, super fun. I feel like I do like the background, but I don't know if it really makes sense. Like, you can't really see anything past those trees, and I don't know if there's like a hill and those are like at the top of the hill. I'm not really sure. Here I'm adding like a vignette, and then like I didn't like how much like dark that covered, so here I'm just like making it smaller and like blurring it out, and then like setting it to a multiply. And then now I'm going in and adding the shadows, and I wanted to add like I said, a whole bunch of shadows just to make them both look more like 3D, and like so you could tell like the form of her face a little bit, like I don't know, like so just so it didn't look as flat. Go in and add that everywhere and like create a little bit more depth. Have some parts in shadow. Here too, because I really didn't render her arms that much with like different colors, so I'm really trying to like add a lot with like the shadow and highlight layers. Here I'm adding some shadows to the dog. Creating shadows underneath them so it really like melts them, like combines them with the background, and like I feel like adding those shadows just really like makes them look like part of the atmosphere and not just like slapped on top, if that makes sense. And I was trying to figure out too how I could add like more shadows in like the background to like the stems of the flowers and stuff, and I think I did it on a couple, but I don't know, I didn't really add too much, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time on that. Here, just fixing up her nose. I'm so mad at myself. When I was doing her like arms especially, I was thinking I wanted a lot of shadow because I was going to add some bounce lighting, some like blue like bounce lighting, and then I forgot to do that, so I'm a little bit mad about it. But it's fine, it's still colorful and I like it. Here I'm adding in the highlights with like a yellowy color and the layer is set to add. I'm just adding in all that fun stuff. This is like my favorite part, like after like I get all the base colors in, like adding the shadows and the highlights is like my favorite part, and like I don't know, it just like really makes your drawing come together, I feel like. Give the dog a little bit. Oh yeah, here I'm adding to make the cone flowers look a little bit more 3D. Add some highlights to her hair. And then I think erasing that stuff. Okay, here I wanted to like add in like a nice like sun rays coming through like the trees or something. And mostly I want to do this because I want to add these little like sparkle, like glittery, like, I don't know, how you can see like particles in the air sometimes. So I wanted to add those. I also did that while is another add layer. I also feel like too, like that just kind of like gives you more to look at. And then here I decided to add in a little butterfly on the dog's nose just because like both their eyes are kind of like looking like that kind of like leads your eye to where their eyes are looking and just like brings it all together, if that makes sense. And I looked up blue butterflies. I tried to like base it on a real one, and I don't know what this one is, but I knew I wanted the butterfly to be blue just for some extra more colors. So I do like how that comes out. It was pretty quick. I didn't spend much time on this. And I think that's the whole drawing. Yep, this is my drawing. I hope you guys like it. I love it. So this is how it turned out, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!